Paramount's Halo, the last relic of Microsoft E3 2013 disaster.
Xbox is about to become the next water cooler. Sports,
television. I'm thrilled to announce a live-action Halo television series.
Finally made its debut after years with little to no updates. Unfortunately, the announcement was the peak of my excitement. Somehow, the showrunners and everyone else involved managed to make the fans more angry than excited for a Halo live action series. This is a show with the financial backing of two large corporations and a world-renowned director, producer, Steven Spielberg.
What could possibly go wrong?
Well, first, before fans could start the next Holy War, 343 dropped an article the same day as the trailer to let fans know this isn't taking place in the same universe. Then rumors started spreading about Chief getting his face revealed, and more recently, the showrunner didn't even play the games.
Unacceptable!
Conspiracy types like myself would think this is intentional. At this point in time, Xbox is trying to move away from E3 2013, buying more studios, producing more games, and making those games more accessible to more devices. But hey, maybe I'm wrong, maybe the show is good. Nothing like a genocide to get you pumped for a show. This is how you do it, Boba. You brutally kill a tribe and make the viewers watch in horror. This show started off with a bang, and now it makes sense why Paramount renewed the show for a second season, because the showrunner apparently did a decent job in catching the tone of the series. I mean, props to him. He didn't play the games, and yet it turned out as good as this. Now, there are some things that are still a concern to me, but overall, I think the series is great. This is the type of brutality that we don't even get in the games anymore. Like, if you look back at Reach, we used to have all this blood and gore. And it's crazy to me that Paramount is able to give us what 343 has been saying for years that they plan to do with Master Chief. Like, we went from Halo 4 with this mindset that we were going to humanize him, and then we jumped into Halo 5 and we got that awful trash. And now we're back to Halo Infinite, and the story was decent, but it didn't quite humanize Chief to that point. But back to the show, they did a great job with it. Chief is monotone. Chief is determined. Chief is confident in his ability. That is what I wanted out of Chief, and they did a great job. Not only that, his armor is freaking sick. It's so like comparable to the games. It's so close to the games. So they did an amazing job there. And then in addition to that, they actually show us the HUD that Chief is wearing or has on his suit, and it's not quite the same. It looks like an ODST HUD, but it's not bad at all. And they actually added the same sound effects from the games into his armor, and I hope they continue to do that when his shield starts to break and we want to know, like, oh, he's in danger. That should still continue to be a thing. They added the effect of like different areas where he's being shot at, and it will show that his shield is being hit. The other Spartans, really great at their job. This is before they take off their helmets, right? So I don't know what they're gonna be afterwards, like through the future episodes. But right now these new characters are doing a decent job. And the one dude, bro, that dude's voice was like booming, like it was crazy. I'm looking forward to this character being good. I think another character to talk about is Halsey. I think she's okay. I think the actress is doing a decent job so far. I don't feel any like animosity towards her. She seems okay. But her boss, I forget the name of this character. It's the Indian lady that's playing her. And bro, she's perfect for the role. because every time she's in the room, I'm pissed off. I want to like throw every book at her. She seems like the type of bureaucrat who's dedicated to her job, dedicated to moving up in life, but also at the same time, she's a piece of shit to her employees. So I love that part. Miranda Keyes, weird decision. To my knowledge, Halsey and Commander Keyes, they never had a kid together, and that kid was not Miranda. I believe in the books they had some sort of fling, but that was it. I don't remember them having a kid together. But Miranda Keyes is actually interesting. I think they did a really good job with her. Like, her voice, the voice of this actress does sound similar to the voice of the actress in the game, so they did a good job there. I think the last character I want to talk about is Quan. I believe that's her name. She's likable at this point. She's kind of the heart of the show in a sense, and I think they are doing a good job at that. Actually, Miranda and Quan are more of the heart of the show because they direct the show in a particular direction where Chief and some of these other characters want to move, but they can't because of their position in the UNSC. Speaking of which, the UNSC and Oni, the showrunner, got it correct, because these people are propagandists. They'll spread this belief that the Spartans are the best and they're the greatest. Meanwhile, as some of us know, this is the most darkest part of the Halo universe, where these people are kidnapping kids and injecting them with serum to make them super soldiers, and then in addition to that, they're bringing back the clone version of those kids and putting them back into their family homes, and then these clones don't last that long. They die after a few years. They're just like incomplete clones. This military operation, they're not above killing children, they're not above killing civilians, they're not above anything. They will do what they would want to do just to stay in power, and that is what I wanted out of a Halo series, and they're definitely doing that. But yeah, now I'm angry because I have to continue to renew my Paramount subscription just so I can keep up with this show. I wish this show went to HBO Max, because that's a service that I like to keep paying for, but unfortunately we're stuck with Paramount Plus.